Hello, Smivrikians. This is an exciting video because today is Bionicle Day. Now, it's crazy because we did a video last year ranking all the masks, so we had to top ourselves this year. And no better way to do it than talking about all the Rahi. Isn't that right, Vakama Hordika?
He is half Rahi.
We love this guy. We love this guy on this channel here.
Love
He's keeping
guy.
us alive.
Alright, the tier list this year, we're not just going to be ranking Rahi on sets or on just our preference of them. We have a bit of a prompt this year, Tim. I'm sure you've heard of the situation that has been conjectured on the internet as of late, or within the last few months. That being of the 100 men versus a singular gorilla. Now, that's cool and all. Who cares, right? Who cares about gorilla? Who cares about men? We are going to be pitting 18 of some of the most iconic Rahi and Bionicle against 100 Matoran. Now this is assuming a Matoran is about equal strength to the average man. This is not every Rahi. There's a lot of Rahi. We don't have time for that, and frankly, not all of them even have sets. And we're only going by mostly official sets. There's a little bit here and there, but
I think we're all gonna get to a point where we will talk about the Skull Spiders because I think the Skull Spiders I love so much, and I can't wait to talk about them. I haven't talked about them on the channel before yet, so we'll be very excited.
Yes. Just to clarify the tiers here, we have S. S will mean that the creature demolishes everybody and could probably demolish 100 more. A, solid defeat of the 100 Matoran. B, a good fight. It's down to the wire. It's down to the wire for B. C, it's basically an equal fight. C is basically on equal footing, but like it's a little bit. It seems like the Matoran will probably win. D, it's a tough fight, but a fair, like, I want to say like 25% or less of the Matoran survive and they win. And then F, the Matoran sweep. They completely win their battle against the Rahi in question. Tim, shall we get started?
I think we shall. And I think the first one is probably one of my favorite ones to talk about, honestly. It's why we wanted to start this discussion in the first place. And I think there's just so much to say, really. So I can't wait to start.
First up, we have the Nui Rama. These are Rahi that are kind of the Matoran universe's equivalent to big bugs, big mosquitoes. One of them has a very sharp little proboscis, and the other one typically has like a claw mouth. It's big flying creatures. Now, one of these versus 100 Matoran, they're fairly sizable.
I mean, mosquitoes, they're kind of like, they kind of get at you, they nibble at you a little bit right there. And for 100 Matorans, I don't know.
Huge, by the way, this guy's big.
They're massive, and like their stinger, it's like insta kill, right? But that's taking on one. There's only 2 stingers there. Those are 2 mosquitoes.
Well, no, it's just one. We're just counting one. It's just one Rahi versus 100.
That's 1 stinger.
Or
how's the mosquito?
Well, it's got claws. It's got claws. It's got its little proboscis it attacks with.
3. That's 3 of them right there. So I think at this point, in my belief system right here, the mosquito has a good chance against a lot of them right there. But I think Matoran will probably come out a little bit strong here.
Yeah, I agree. I am thinking a solid D tier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, majority will survive. Next, we have the Tarakava. Now, these were featured prominently. I mean, so were the Nui Rama, but I think a lot more people remember in the Nui online game, the introduction to Toa Gali is her facing off against one of these very ferocious Tarakava with an infected Kanohi. Big boxing glove. They're quite formidable opponents. Now, Toa Gali had a good round with one, so how do 100 Matoran fare in contrast?
Gali is on another level, alright? But comparing that to Matoran, I don't know. It's gonna be pretty tough for them. And I think at this point, oh boy, they're gonna be punching, they're gonna be kicking, and they're gonna be treading, right? And the treads, they're pretty good treads. Gonna roll right over them.
Seems like a wash, huh?
I think it's gonna be like a wash, like water, like water.
So A tier for that one, I believe.
I think it's A tier. A tier for water.
We have Muaka and Kanera. Their play function is you grip the back and their face lunges forward and bites the opposition. And they are sizable, big beasts. One is based off of a tiger while the other one is based off of a bull. How will one of these fare?
When the tiger attacks, I just gotta say, the bull by the horns. I mean, listen, if you've seen a bullfight, you've seen a bullfight. Right?
Oh, yes.
And bulls, we know what they did to Johnny Knoxville. So I think at this point, you put 100 of them.
Tragedy.
Under the door there. Oh boy. Like, Johnny Knoxville is like at least 200 men's worth right there. And
rest in peace.
We watch that forever.
So that is definitely our first.
F tier.
Of course. Come on.
For forever.
Forever. In honor of Johnny Knoxville. Next is going to be an interesting fight. One of the more, I'd say one of my favorite of the original Rahi designs, the Fiku spider. Just a little guy. 100 Matoran versus this little Fiku spider. Now.
Oh, he's so cute.
He is so cute.
Oh.
He's adorable.
Oh,
if I saw a spider this big, I would shit my pants.
It would be 2 feet. You need like 2 feet on that, and then like scratch, like right that. So yeah, no, easy S tier. It's an easy S.
I think you have it backwards.
You keep doing this every time on stream. When the people
Tim, it's the other fucking way around. The S means the Rahi wins, the F means the Matoran win. You fucking read the script. Next, we have the Gecko bird. Now, the Gecko bird is a massive bird. B?
It's a bird. I mean, what else are we supposed to say, man? It's a bird. It's literally a word.
All right, next. Now we're in for a good fight. We have the Manas crabs. A very interesting integration with some Mindstorms gadgets with this one. You can remote control it, and it's quite a fun little guy. Now, how do Hunter Matoran fare? If I'm going to interject my point, not very well.
I think the Matoran might fare well
in
a battle scenario. Because while there's a storm brewing, the Matorans have the mines. The mines. Not the storms, but the mines up here. And I think we all are underestimating the power of 100 mines. Isn't that right?
Stupid crabs. Sure, we don't see any more of those.
I hope we don't.
Next on our list, we have the Usal crab. The most popular of which being, of course, Takua's pet crab, Puku. Now, 100 Matoran versus a Usal crab.
We gotta stop the fight. He's too adorable. He's too plot relevant. If they kill him, I don't know what we'll do.
Well, this isn't Puku. This is just a normal. This is just a random ass. This is just a random crab.
Let them fight.
And how will it end?
In blood.
An equal fight. But do you think they'll win?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Next, we have a formidable opponent for our 100 Matoran, the Kikanalo, Bionicle's resident rhinoceros. Big, brawny animal with a giant horn and runs in stampedes usually, but it's just one guy. Will it have the same effect?
No comment.
I agree. We have another bird, the Nivok. If you remember from the movie, it was Tragadoon's, or should I say, Makuda's right hand, spying on the Toa during their quest.
You just spoiled, bro. No spoiler warning.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. How do 100 Matoran fare against such a creature?
If it's to believe in the movie, not even 6 Toa can take him on. Which is
that was you're thinking of Kuda. He had wings at the end of that movie. No, the bird. I don't. It was like a bird. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the bird's dead. That's very long. Next, we have an iconic foe of Bionicle, the Visorak. Foul, wretched, giant spiders. Now, we talked about the Fico spider being a cute little guy, but he was, you know, pretty sizable. This is a giant spider. This is a giant spider that specializes in wrapping Matoran up specifically at this point. No, not that one. We will... Not that one.
We'll get there.
Not that one. The Visorak, a formidable opponent for even the Hordika. How do 100 Matoran fare against such a formidable foe?
It's not my place to say. What do you think?
Oh, it's true. He's right there.
I think the Visorak will win. They are very fast and very salty. Very
Really good. Thanks for... Seriously, I'm so glad we brought him on the show.
Yeah, it's true. I would have thought something completely different, but that's insightful. Thank you, Vokama Hordika.
Really great. What a guy. What a guy.
What a guy. What a guy. Tim, the year 2005, speaking of Hordika, this year marks its 10th anniversary. And I have a fun fact for you. During Hordika, the character of Kitangu was introduced, along with the Lego color of Keat Orange, as it's colloquially known, especially in Bionicle spheres. Kitangu, this very important character to the year, did you know?
Everyone knows.
But did you know that Kitangu is actually considered a Rahi?
Whoa. No, I didn't.
I didn't either. But lo and behold, trivia. Kitangu is on that list.
Wow. That's some great trivia. Yeah. It's good. Little fun fact for you guys.
A little fun fact to you. By the way, the Matoran are not winning that fight. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Next, we've moved on. Welcome to 2006. We are now facing 100 Matoran off against Fenrak, Phazon's ferocious spider.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. He's got a big mouth. He's got a dinosaur head on that thing.
And he's chewing. And he's gnawing. This reminds me of a little story. And that's how the story ends, right there. And it was a good story that I just told. So, in that opinion, from the experience that I just shared, I think I know exactly where this is going to go. And actually, I think this is going to go in a D tier. Because it's hard to describe the way this all feels. But clearly, Matorans, I just don't know about this one.
I still think you have the list backwards. And now, logically, after Fenrak, we have Cardass, a mutated, larger, more dinosaur-like appearance. He's got huge wings, almost a dragon at this point. Cardass that's an S. Like, that, he wins. I'm sorry.
Easily. Easily.
Now we have Maximulus's trusted companion, Spinax, the underwater, rather, spiky dog. Now, Tim, how do 100 Matoran, how do they fare against such a ferocious creature, a wolf of the seas?
See, the problem that we're gonna have to face is that it's an underwater dog. Most Matoran probably haven't been underwater.
That's true. That's true.
These are creeps from the deep. They're not gonna fare very well.
No.
In fact, a dog underwater is pretty dangerous.
It is.
Because he already died.
He's dead?
So, not now. He will be.
Did you just threat another 2007 one? Iconic, if I do say so myself, Gadunka. Huge. Things 50% mouth. And
he could eat them.
It's true, he could eat most of them and then he could stab the rest and then shoot any stragglers. That's an S if I've ever seen one.
I think so. Yeah. We agreed on that one.
We agreed on that one, totally, absolutely. There was absolutely no misinterpretation, and Tim totally was not going to say F tier. Next up, we have the Hana Crab. There he is. He's just a little guy.
Oh,
And
that's a good one.
let's be real. If we lean the Matoran side with the Manus crab, a big old crab, this guy, this ain't it, Chief. The Matoran
He's too small.
sweep. The Matoran sweep.
I'm sorry. I love this little guy. Love this little guy.
He's adorable.
Very.
It's a simple,
He ain't making
little,
it, though.
simple little creature. He's not making it. However, there is one Hana crab that I think solos everyone. Doesn't matter how many Matoran you throw at it, he wins. Jallar's own Hana crab that he has in his set, featuring his Kordak blaster. Now that you're lucky Jallar kept that guy on a leash. Let loose, Makuta would have felt it.
Oh, he would have felt it right after he goes. Yeah, this is a sweep. It's an easy sweep.
Absolutely.
I gotta say. Sorry you had to see that.
That was violent, but necessary. Next up, we... Oh god,
What's on?
it's Clack.
Look what you did, Clack. Look what you did. You killed him.
Now, Tim, I gotta say, I'm very happy with how this tier list came out. We've almost started an annual tradition, at least with Bionicle, and doing a tier list every Bionicle day. It's very fun, and the results here speak for themselves. I mean,
Oh, I mean, we're not done. That's the thing. We're not done. I mean, we still got the skull spiders.
what?
We not forget about the skull spiders. I mean, what about the skull spiders?
So those those technically aren't considered Rahi as they're part of Gen 2. Just like how the Toa.
What are you talking about?
They're not Rahi.
Answer to me. Answer. Don't do this to me. We're breaking up. We're breaking up. This is me and you. I'm sorry to see this all, but sorry, I mean, this he just doesn't agree.
Should I cut the video, or should we just...
No, don't cut the